I'm Allie. Join me as I show you how to make these ivory flurry earrings. They are simple with delicate seed beads, pearls, and some crystals. Remember, if you need the supplies, look below the video in the description box. You can hit that little show more button and it'll get back to our website. Gather up your supplies and let's get started. So to begin the design, we are going in and we are going to create with our 6mm pearls. Now, I have on here a green thread, which you might think, green thread, why not white? With the gold, the green actually hides more, and the herringbone stitch along the sides here is when you see it. So to begin, I have a size 11 needle with size 6 green dragon thread, and I am going in and adding a pearl and a 15, and I'm going to do that 4 times. So 1 15 between each one of your pearls, and then we're going to tie it into a little square. Taking those beads then, again, drop it down to the base or the bottom of the thread. I usually just hold on to the bottom of the thread here. Give myself usually about 3 inches or so at the end, maybe 2, and tie it into a loop. I need enough thread at the end here that I can tie onto it after the fact, because I do tie the thread end on to end it. From here, we are going to actually begin herringbone. I'm going to sew through the next pearl, and then what I'm going to do is go in and add 1 and 2 11-0 seed beads and into the next pearl. The 11-0 seed beads are going to sit kind of open in a herringbone style, 2 between each of my 6mm pearls. When you're sewing through, you want to make sure you're not going through the 15 O's. You are just going through the pearls. So we're skipping over those 15 O's. This start of the herringbone, the reason that we're doing it this way is so that it sets out a little bit separate from the pearls. Coming out of the first pearl that we went into, we're going to go through that first 11-0 seed bead that we added when we added the groups of 2. From here, we're going to add 2 more beads between each of our beads, creating that herringbone effect. So we're coming out of bead number 1, we're going to add 2 beads, and then we're going to sew down through the first or the second 11-0, through the next pearl, through the next 11-0. These beads, you want them to sit kind of open, folded, like they have a V there in the middle. From here, add 2 more beads, sew through the next 3 beads. Straight over. And sometimes you might see a little bit of white from your pearls. That's totally okay. The reason that is because the edges of the pearls, right by the holes, sometimes the coating goes inside or over top of the holes. And when you are sewing through them, those little bits will come off. All right, last one here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the final 11, pearl 11, and then I want you, as you come out the other side, I'd like you to go in and go up through the beads here. So you're going up through the 11 that was first, as well as the 11 that you just put on that first one in that group of 2. Start the new year with over $100 of beads and materials, plus a stunning free bracelet kit, all for just $39.99. Each treasure box is packed with premium finds like dagger beads, crystal faceted rounds, lava stones, and check glass cathedral beads. And it's all delivered free to your door. Subscribe to the PotomacBeads treasure box to get this incredible offer. All right, so coming out here, what we're going to do is we are going to add a crystal, and this is a 1.5 by 2mm Rondelle. I'm going to add that in between that herringbone line and go back through then, or go through bead number 2. Coming out that bead there, you're going to add 1, 2, and 3 of your 15 O's, followed by 4 of our 11 O's. We're going to round these out into a right angle weave style. So we're going to take our needle and thread, go back through bead number 1, but only bead number 1 toward bead number 2, and make sure to pull that into a nice square. From here then, 1, 2, 3 more of your 15s, And then you're gonna go over to your next section of herringbone, skipping over the pearl here and out through that first bead. Those just sit then right on the outside of the pearl. From here, crystal goes on. That sits between the herringbone. And we're gonna do this the whole way around. You can see I kind of played with it and rolled it in my fingers just to make sure that there's not thread twisted around the rondelles. 1, 2, 3 seed beads go on, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 11-0s. Once I get that 4 11-0 mix on, I'm going to take my needle and thread and go back through bead number 1 toward bead number 2, but only through that first 11-0 bead. Push that down next to the 3 15s, pick up 3 more 15s, and continue over to the next herringbone. Now obviously I've completed 2 sides of this and I have 2 more to go. From here, after coming out through that last 11-0 seed bead, or the first I should say, we're gonna go through that crystal right there. Coming out of the crystal rondelles, I want you to add 1, 2, and 3 15s that are sandwiched between 2 11-0 seed beads. Circle back through that crystal, or that crystal there, and that's gonna put them on the sides. Coming up through then 1, 2, and 3 15-0s. We're going to go into that group of 4 seed beads, into bead number 4 actually. You're going to add 1 15-0, go through the beads there. You can see I added 2, so I'll have to sew back out through that one. Sometimes you pick up 2 15s, sometimes you don't pick up any. All right, so we're going back through. I'm going to take that bead off and sew through the 11, and then we're going to pick that bead up and sew through the next 11. So the 11s are basically going to sit on the sides of, the 15s rather, are going to sit on the sides of the 11s. 1, 2, 3 15s, and then we're going over to the crystal. As we go over to the crystal, 1 11, 3 15s, 1 11, spiral around the crystal. Once you've got that there, again, 1, 2, 3 15s, up through the first 11-0 closest to you. Shirking up from the pearl side towards the top point side to get that little snowflake glimmer. 15-0 on the top, through the 11, 15-0 on the top, through the side. And you're just following that right angle weave. 3 more beads go on. I'm just going to push that tail towards the back so it's out of the way. 3 more 15s go on, and through the crystal. And you're just continuing this pattern the whole way along. From here then, 3 more seed beads go on, up to here, and around. Almost done as you see it working through here. I'll show you how quick it can be once you have the pattern. Sample always takes a lot longer than making the actual piece. All right, going through that crystal, we're gonna swing around. 11, the 3 15s, 1 more 11, back through the crystal, 3 15s, through the 11, up, around the corner. And always remember with YouTube, you can slow this down and reduce the speed of the video. Sometimes podcasts I speed up, sometimes instructional videos I slow down when I'm trying to figure out how to fix my dishwasher. All right, so a couple more 15s go on, and then as soon as you have those on, we're gonna work on our points. I'm going back through that first crystal that our thread was coming out of, and that finishes out that rotation of the point of this snowflake. All right, now what we want to do is get those little glimmers of the points on our piece. And this also looks really pretty as a simple little pendant hanging down. All right, so we're going to continue with some 15-0s all the way along the outer edge. To begin, and we're going to do our wire guard that's sitting right above a crystal. To begin, coming out of that crystal there, we're going to go through the 3/15s. We're going to go through the 11 that we just sewed through. We're going to add or go through the 15 that we just added. And then we're going to add 2 seed beads of the 15 O's, which I forgot to pour out, sorry. 2 15 O's are going to get added to sit like a point along the top of that stitch. Going down then through the 15 that's already there, the 11 that's already there, and through those 3 15 O's. And I'm on a gray surface just to make it easier because I know the silver lined crystal can be hard to see sometimes. From here, I'm going to add 1 more 15, and then I'm going to sew up into the 11 O that's already there, and sew into the first 15 after that 11. I'm going to skip over the top of bead number 2 of the 15s, and I'm going to go into bead number 3, as well as into the 11 O seed bead. I bring my thread down, and then what I'm going to do is go back to the middle bead, that second one that I skipped, kind of pull it up towards the top. See how I'm just pulling it up there? I'm not actually sewing through it all, I'm just pulling it up at the top, and then as I pull, because I skipped that bead, it's going to pop towards the top. Coming out the 11, add a 15, and sew through the 3 15s that are already there, as well as the next 11 and 15 above the purl. Coming out there, 1 and 2 15s, down through the 15, the 11, and straight over through the 3 15s after. Once you're through those 3 15s after, add another 15 and then sew up into the 11 and the 15 that sits above the crystal. Once again, skip over bead number 2 and sew down bead number 3, and usually at the same time I also sew down through the 11. Pull the thread down, but not super tight, until you pull up that middle bead there. That's how you get that point, and then pull down. From here, add 1 more 15-0 just for spacing. We go through the 3 15s, we go through the next 11, and we go through the next 15. So basically next to the 11 O's that sit on the side of the crystals, you're adding a 15, and you add 2 15s along the top of the right angle weave. Come on down, and around we go. We get through those 3 beads. We go through, add a 15, go through the 11 and 15 number 1. The last time we're going to do this and get that point right over here, we'll add our wire guard. Again, skip over bead number 2, go through bead number 3, and go through the 11. After that, reposition, get rid of that stop thread. Just gets twisted sometimes into the thread. Pull up that middle bead, not adding anything to it, just pulling it up there, and then pull your thread so it pops up towards the top. After exiting with the 11, you add a 15 and sew through the 3 15s that are already there. And it was easy to do as you get started. As you get further in, sometimes it can get a little bit tricky to get in there, but you just turn the thread a little bit and it'll get in there. Coming over here, go through the 15, add your 2 15s, 1 and 2, go skip over, go through the 15, so it's the same thing. I'm just letting you watch me make the whole thing here. Going up through those 3 seed beads, I add a 15, go through the 11 and 15, number 1. I skip over number 2, go through number 3, and usually the 11 at the same time, pull up number 2, and give a nice tight pull. Now, I am going to sew directly through the crystal that's below it. So here's where it switches. I still have 1 15-0 to add in there. I'm going to sew below. I'm going to go up through the 11 and seed beads number 1 and 2. That brings it to a point. I'm going to add my wire guard, picking a gold one, although you could do silver or gold, doesn't really matter, because when you're looking at it, the silver and gold are both used in this project, so either one works. You're going to wrap around and take your thread around the wire guard, down through the other side, go through that same middle bead that your thread is coming out of, one more go around the wire guard, up and around, down the other side, nice tight pull through that same 15-0. And I like the wire guard to sit basically right over that 15-0. Then you're going to come down through bead number 3, come down through the 11, add a 15, and finish going through the 3 15s that are already there. Now what we have to do is we are going to downgrade. So I'm getting my thread to the middle to add just that little sweet crystal to the middle here. I'm going to exit after the gold, Aztec gold there. I'm going to go through the next Aztec gold. So I'm not going through the 15 O's at all. I'm just going through the 11 O's. The reason I'm doing this is because I need to get back to the center. So I'm just going through just to find my thread end basically, and just to get it back towards the center. From here I'm retracing steps. I'm going through, so don't overthink this part. You just need to get your thread and needle back to the pearls and to the front of the piece. I'm going down through the herringbone stitch, and as I exit this herringbone stitch here, my pearls are right next to it. I'm going to sew through my pearl, and I'm going to flip it over so that my thread is exiting on that front pearl side. I put it down and I push it down. The pearls do pop up a tiny bit to the top. I'll show you that, 3-dimensional. So they just sit a tiny bit to the top. I want my thread and needle coming out of one of the upper pearls, one of the upper 2 ones, because I'm only going through the upper 2 pearls. It just kind of hangs out there. You're going to add a 15, an 11, a crystal, an 11, a 15. Coming out the bottom of that pearl on the left, I'm going to go up through the bottom of the same vertical pearl on the right. And that is literally it. Such a pretty little dainty earring or pendant. If you're doing a pendant, just stick a jump ring on there and stick it on a little pretty silver or gold chain. Now what I'm going to do is get rid of my thread. So I'm going to go through the 15 that sits between the pearls here. I'm going to go through the next pearl, and I can see my thread end hanging out there already. So my thread end is there. I'm going to push my thread end actually to the back of the project, and then I'm going to tie those 2 thread ends together and burn off the excess right there along the top. Last thing to do is stick on some ear wires, and your little tiny frozen earrings are done. Thanks so much for joining me in these Ivory Flurry earrings. I love the look of them and how delicate they are. I'm gonna make another one to do as a little pendant as well to hang out in the middle. Remember, if you make them, you change up the colors because they can look totally different, more like a floral if you go with floral colors. Make sure to post a picture in our Facebook group for Beading and Jewelry Making. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that little like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.